Hello, everyone, and welcome to State of the Realm. Your, well, yearly, because that's 2020. This is our first show of 2021. We have this podcast every year. I can't say weekly because we took last week off. This week we were actually supposed to have Air Zivia, but Ethis is feeling under the weather. So if you see this, wish him well. Wish him a fast recovery with whatever he's been afflicted with. So we're just going to do a short, I guess, welcoming in show. Welcome in 2021. Recap any of the recent things that have happened and build some anticipation up for the upcoming expansion announcements that we're expecting in February. With that, I'm one of your hosts, Mr. Happy. And of course, joining me, my partner in crime, your boy Blue. It's Sly. How you doing, Sly?
I'm doing good. How you doing, Happy? 2021, baby. Let's go.
2020 New Game Plus. Ending B. Here we go. Ending B.
Here we go.
That's it. That's it.
On the way to E.
Crank up.
We're on our way to E.
When we get to ending E, we just delete the Earth. That's it. That's how it goes. We just gotta wait three more years. That's it. We can just delete Earth.
But how was your New Year? How was everything?
My New Year looked like this. All right, going to bed. Pretty much.
Nice.
Bit of Demon Souls, but other than that, that was about my New Year. Cause that's it. That's what else? Yeah. That and Demon Souls. That's all it was. How about you? Was yours food filled at the very least?
Food filled, beer filled. You can see my background's changed a little bit. I have things now.
They're a bit obscured because your focus is all on you, but I can see a robot.
Yeah.
I can see what looks like a robot in a submarine.
Yeah, the Yamato. And then below that, there's a Narga Khuja and a Rathalos and a Narga Khuja armored Nindo. So, yeah, I have things. And I'm about to pick up a new hobby. I'm about to start Gunpla.
I know what that is, but I don't.
Plastic Gundam models.
Yeah.
Not even like Gundam models.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking, but I'm like, I'm going to be wrong. I was confident I would be wrong, but I would have been right. All right.
Yep. So I'm about to pick up a new hobby.
Good. Mine was whiskey. Yours is productive. Good. All right.
Yeah.
That's my hobby now. All right. Well, like I said, this is probably going to be a short show. This was kind of thrown together last minute because we didn't want to wait another week to not do a show. Air Zivia is going to be Tuesday, for anyone wondering, to watch it live, Tuesday at noon Pacific, and then it'll be live on YouTube on Wednesday. It'll be posted on YouTube the following day on Wednesday. We do also have a job balance related show coming up. I know Sly said he's working on something as well for another community-based episode. And of course, this is actually an official announcement. I mentioned it on my stream, but not in State of the Realm or on YouTube. But Sly and I are going to be doing something special for the announcement stream, which we'll talk about a little bit later.
Stream.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sly and I are going to be doing kind of like a live State of the Realm. I don't know how else to do it. Sly and I are going to be on State of the Realm. We're going to be reacting to it. We're going to be just watching it together and reacting and discussing it as it's happening.
It's going to be the most efficient State of the Realm we've ever done because we're not waiting on it. It's happening.
Yeah.
While we're watching.
We'll still do like a wrap up or recap show with like guests and whatnot, but we are also going to do that live. That's going to be our show for that week. Is going to be the live reaction show, so that way we can take some time because there's going to be a lot to talk about over the next several weeks after that, especially because there's likely to be Delibrum around that time, so I have to do a show on that as well. So February is going to look pretty stacked, is what we're actually saying.
Yeah.
There we go. So before we go into this show, though, first shout out to the sponsors for the year for 2021. Thank you to SteelSeries for sponsoring the show as they do. There's giveaways under every episode. I finally got around to trying to send some giveaways to some people. They're starting to get stock back for the giveaways winner. But I'm still waiting on one thing. One giveaway winner is waiting for like 2 weeks now, I think, on their item to be in stock. They've been busy, SteelSeries, with Black Friday and Christmas. So hopefully those will be back in stock. Regardless, we've got giveaways under the YouTube video. If you're watching live on Twitch, go to the YouTube video. You'll find the giveaway entries there. And it's free stuff. As long as SteelSeries ships to your country, that's it. You can enter. That's all I need to worry about. And also thank you to our patrons, who will get a longer shout out later. But thank you to them as well. Okay, Sly. I don't expect this to be a long show, but then it's us.
Me either. It's us.
It's us. So there's a few places we can start in regards to some recent things that have happened. I know there's one thing people expect us to talk about first. I think that's the most recent event, though, so maybe we save that for later.
I mean, like, a lot of people want us to get the bad news out the way first. So.
But it's barely even bad news. It's like responsible news.
I mean, yeah, it's responsible. It's bad, you know, circumstances withstanding, but
yeah,
you know.
So you want to pull the Band-Aid off and then give them some whiskey afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, as somebody who likes whiskey, I can agree with that assessment. So the most recent bit of news, the one thing that gave us, I guess, a bit longer of a discussion topic for today, is that on the Japanese Final Fantasy XIV Twitter, and only there as far as I've seen as of this recording, it's been confirmed that there will no longer be a 14-hour broadcast on the 5th and 6th of February for Final Fantasy XIV. There will no longer be a 14-hour broadcast because of a state of emergency that's been declared in Japan regarding COVID-19, especially with the mutation that is allowing it to spread at a very accelerated rate, which is being experienced in many places around the world right now. And they don't want to have a bunch of people spectate, because they were going to have people come in with proper guidelines, and they're like, nope, let's postpone the 14-hour broadcast. What else is there to say? But they have to do it. There's
yeah, they have to. This is a good move on their part. Again, in regards to earlier development last year for certain patches, you know, the good side of 14, we said, take your time, be safe. We will do the content when it comes out. We're itching to do content, but at the same time, we are patient. So in terms of a 14-hour broadcast, I mean, this is something extra that the devs honestly don't have to do. This is something they really do for us, the community, and we appreciate it every time. And yeah, just, you know, be safe. Take care of yourselves. When you want to do a 14-hour broadcast, of course we're going to watch it. But, you know, for the time being, it's, in the grand scheme of things, it's not the biggest thing on the plate. Hell, even though we're still getting the announcement broadcast, if they even wanted to push that back, I would have been okay with it.
Yeah,
I honestly would have been okay with it. Like, we know we're getting news. We're getting news sometime this year. So, like, in the grand scheme of things, if you really, really wanted to play it safe, they could have pushed back the announcement stream, but they're not. I guess that's a good thing for us news-wise.
Yeah.
But even still, like, I'm really, really glad that they made the move to just go ahead and postpone 14-hour broadcast.
Well, the big thing is they spent most of last year preparing for things like this, where they can decide to try to schedule things, work things in, and if the situation changes, it only affects one aspect of what they're doing. This kind of more for fun 14-hour broadcast, which, by the way, is entirely in Japanese, and that's why it was probably only posted to the Japanese Twitter, because the 14-hour section, the part that isn't announcements, is Japanese only, whereas the announcements are Japanese and English. So it probably was most relevant.
A little bit out of it.
Yeah,
a little bit out of it.
You usually get some funny clips and some moments in there, but I have to go to sleep whenever the other hours are happening most of the time, so I have to catch it on Reddit the next day. But yeah, so they're playing it safe on that front. They can function with the other stuff in limited capacity. The announcement stuff can still be done like a traditional live letter, in a sense. It doesn't have to be done with such extravagance like they maybe were planning. But that is the important thing. I was going to do a kind of sarcastic, but Sly, my announcement stream. And here's where I learned something that people are not 100% clear about, Sly.
Okay.
People who aren't used to there being 14-hour broadcasts that are mostly for fun, like Yoshi P maybe visits a server, or they answer trivia questions, or we get the ever so lovely Yoshi P, Ayo, Titania, the fucking rap battle, Yoshi P. I'd say maybe 2.5, 3 hours would have been dedicated to the announcement, and still will be. People thought all 14 hours. They thought the whole thing was... They're like, well, we missed 3 fan fests. So, yeah, all 14 hours are clearly going to be the announcement stream. I've seen a lot of those posts where people thought that because the whole, like, that the whole 14... They're like, but how are they going to do it then? How can you cancel the announcement? How can you cancel the 14-hour but have the announcement stream? And it's like, they're not exclusively the same thing.
That is hella wishful thinking. Hell. Like, yeah, again, I know we didn't... No! You're talking about, like... You're talking about pretty much one full day of FanFest just sitting in chairs and just listening. Not doing.
I mean, when you say it like that, it sounds a little more attractive than the way I was thinking of it, but you know.
Not doing any activities, not going to get merch, nothing. You're just watching an 8-hour conference. Not moving.
14-hour in this case.
Yeah, 14-hour. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just the fun stuff because they did confirm the announcement stream will still be happening at the same scheduled time, 5:30 p.m. Pacific on February 5th. You know, for them, it's going to be the 6th. For most of, you know, Europe and Asia, it'll already be the 6th. For us, it'll be at a reasonable time. And we should still expect whatever they had planned to announce, just, you know, toned back a little bit in terms of the grandeur of the overall presentation, I assume. So keep your job speculations up, keep your raid speculations up, keep your where we're going speculations up, because they will still be addressed come February 5th. I will ask you, Sly, do you think they're going to combine all 3 FanFest informations into this? Do you think they will? Are you in that boat, or are you they'll still do some and leave some?
If they do, if they do, it'll be in a very, very easily digestible but condensed manner.
Yeah. I feel like when I look back at NA, though, I don't feel like it has to be that much more condensed. Because you know what NA are normally like? We're going to have a new raid. Next slide. They just move on. So yeah. I don't think they actually need to condense it all that much, because I feel like because they have to readdress every single topic every single time and do some like PR-ish style things, I don't think it actually is that difficult for them to condense it and announce it.
Yeah, I think it's easier for them to cut to the chase this time. You know, because they don't have to they don't have to do the NATs and then the EU like smaller T's and then JP. Like, here's what you're really fucking getting. Like,
so we're home now. We're gonna tell you guys everything because the office is right over there.
Yeah, we're gonna tell you fucking everything. We don't give a shit now. This is gonna be full on JP. Here's what the fuck you're gonna be getting. More information at a later date.
Yeah, yeah. So I do still have an expectation that I don't know if it'll be everything that they would have done with all 3, but any of the most major things, because we don't have something like this again until, you know, barring another mutation or state of emergency, May. May would be the next sort of big expansion news. And that comes with pros and cons, because normally we go from like the last FanFest till like a Mediator-ish timing, and then, you know, that's usually like a 4 or 5 month wait. This is going to be February till May, so it's a little bit better, but we had to wait longer to get it. So it's all about weighing how you want to get the information. I just care that we get it, as long as they can stay safe while presenting it, which they seem confident they can be.
Exactly.
So team, make sure you stay safe. But we have another development now that we have to consider for our time that day. I had suspected that this would be the case because they have done it historically with every FanFest, not 14-hour broadcast. But they made mention of a 60-second letter from the producer live that was also planned for the 14-hour broadcast, which would mean if it's not right after the announcement stream and they take like a break, we might have to wake up at 2 in the morning. Means we might have to stay up for this and then still be up at 2 a.m. when I really hope it doesn't happen that way, because I would like to just go ride from one directly into the other. So they haven't announced what time it'll be yet, though.
Hopefully they take it easy on North America, please.
I mean, it's not like it's great for everyone, but it's certainly the worst for us. It always is, to be fair.
Yeah, yeah.
Getting a 5:30 p.m. start time is like the one time it's finally bad for Europe. Otherwise, it's always bad for West Coast, especially at least the East Coast. You know, maybe it's 6 a.m. and it's like, oh, it's not so bad.
It's not so bad for East Coast. We can just wake up and get at it.
West Coast is a bit of a different story for me most of the time. I may say so myself, if I may. So we have that, which means I'd assume that's a 5.5 part 1. That's around the time we should have expected it, because it's right before like the 0.5 patch, because I expect that'll probably be the following week. So, I mean, that's crazy to think, the 5.5 part 1. I mean, this is week 6 of patch. I believe it's been 5 weeks, 5.5 weeks, so we're on to week 6 right now.
Yeah.
So we're getting close to that halfway point between patches already, and it's gone pretty quickly, I'd say so myself. January slowed it down a little bit for me. I don't know if everyone else feels the same way. January is just kind of boring right now. It's boring it's boring for gaming at the very least. I had Cobra Kai the first day of January, and now it's I got 2 episodes of WandaVision to worry about in like the next day or so, and then I don't know what else is even happening at this point in January. We were talking about before the show started everything that's coming after February. We got Bravely Default, Announcement Stream, Deliberum. We've got early access for Outriders. March has, of course, Monster Hunter Rise. It's got Baton Wonderland. It's like, but January is just, I'm bored. I'm so bored. I platinum Demon Souls so quickly.
Find your fun in January. January is the month that I adore, because like it's the calm before the storm, and then the storm hits and it never really fucking stops, and then it gets worse in like October and November and shit, and then December is like, okay, we're stopping for a little bit. In January, and the cycle repeats. So I'm kind of glad we have this month. It's a month to kind of kick up, relax a little. I'm not worried about too much.
In this situation, you're the James May of gaming. I'm definitely the Jeremy Clarkson in terms of just never wanting to stop.
No, fuck that. I want to stop. I want to stop.
Yeah, exactly. You're the James May of this situation, as far as I'm concerned. I've been on a bit of a Top Gear and Grand Tour kick in the last few days, so
yeah,
it's always a good time. I gotta occupy that time, dude. I've even started playing Bloons again. I'm so bored in January, and it's actually a lot of fun. I love Bloons. Bloons TD6 has been a lot of fun. Yes, and Ethis is definitely the Hammond. 100% crashing 100%. All the time.
Yep.
150%. Ethis is definitely Hammond in this case. Oh, man. Oh, but at least with 14, it is nice to have a little bit of a break. I don't know how your 14 time has been going. I don't know how your raids have been going. Pugs or anything of the sort. I'm leveling tanks on my alt. I just want to solo A12 and Shimmeryu.
I've gotten back to Waffle House raiding, and it reminded me why Waffle House raiding is a bad idea.
Sly, I have an anecdote for it. I actually had a good Primal Alliance raid today. I had no complaints.
That's Alliance. Like, Alliance is one.
Yeah, but every Alliance raid on Primal is a Waffle House raid, even in the middle of the fucking day.
What was it, like maybe 2 weeks ago? We had what was it? Orban actually went well. One shot everything. Sid didn't go, wasn't the fuck show it normally was.
Give it 2 more weeks. We're still we're still 6 weeks out from the patch. There's still a bit of a honeymoon phase for 5.4. Give it 2 more weeks. Then that's it. Yeah. It's done. It's done. That's it. It's done. Then again, we did also get Circus Tower, so we got the easiest of them in the Crystal Tower raids. Like, it's not Labyrinth with pulling that dumbass dragon to the north and people not standing on panels. Can't forgive you for that.
People still do it.
Yeah, they still do.
I had Labyrinth the other, before. And people still do it.
I know they do.
So terrible.
I know they do. Dude, I'm gonna drag it. I said if I'm leveling tank. I said if I do it, I'm either gonna keep it middle and just shield lob spam to keep it there, because that's the best enmity at that level is shield lob spam. or I'm going to drag it south towards where everyone comes in and blow their fucking minds. Because I'll drag it closer to them so they don't have to run as far to start hitting the boss. I'll be like, I'm going to fucking blow their minds. If one way or the other, I'm going to do this. And then we got Circus Tower. So it is what it is. Yeah. So, but with that, we still have stuff to look forward to in February for Final Fantasy XIV. We also are expecting Delubrum will probably be out the week after, probably like on the 9th, I believe, is the predicted date for that. That and the Blue Mage updates. You have any plans for Delubrum other than just the normal mode? And it going to hop in any Discords and see if you can catch a Savage with all the BA groups that are around?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna start looking pretty early in terms of groups because I really want to go into Savage. I mean, I want to do normal first, get out of the way, and then like hop into Savage. Just get right on it.
I hope people don't feel like the word Savage is going to be discouraging because I'm of the expectation.
I don't think in terms of a Alliance raid. I really think it's a misnomer.
Yeah, I think it's going to be the same difficulty as BA, which is not that difficult. It's just punishing if you do screw up. That's my expectation. If that's the case, I really hope the people who aren't used to doing Baldesion, I hope they don't see that and kind of feel discouraged. Because I can't reiterate enough how much work the different data center Baldesion Arsenal Discords have made that such approachable content for people that I expect they'll probably have a structure similar to Delubrum Savage. Give it a week or two, like for them to really get everything in place and get resources posted so people have plenty of reference points. And we still don't know the entire rule set of that place. But I just don't want people to feel discouraged by seeing Savage and thinking that, oh, I'm not someone who does 8-man Savages, thus I can't do this. That's the big thing that I want to see, like, not enter people's minds, personally. Yeah, I don't know. So, yeah, you definitely want to get in. You might want to get back into Castrum then, Sly, because you're going to need them fragments, man.
Yeah, I need to get I'm still missing, like, I think two things. Just two of the lost actions. That's it.
I don't even think it's so much about having all of them, but like we're gonna need them for like we're gonna want stores of
course. You're gonna want like a bit. So yeah, that's the point to go back and get actions, plates, things like that.
I was just on Primal in Basia, and there was a Castrum, and it was filling up. So I think people are going to be back. Anyone who didn't complete it before, it'll probably get nerfed when Delubrum comes out. Let's be real. They're probably going to give it Echo or something to nerf it. Because the problem is participation. So they have to do something to it, in my opinion. But even now, people should probably, once Ishgard rankings are done, people will probably hop back in to get fragments or to qualify or to like finish the quest so they can actually do Delubrum. So
as we get closer to Delubrum, you'll see a rise in people actually doing Castrum. Just a prep.
I'd also keep an eye on BA Discords. They do run Castrums, the BA Discords. They do organize Castrums in a similar manner. So getting in on those and getting those guaranteed groups is also as much a solution. A little bit more legwork, but I mean, if you want to get it done and you want it to be easy, there's no easier way than going with those groups because they just mow that stuff down. It's not even fair how quickly those BA Discords annihilate the BAs and the Castrums and whatnot. And also, I want to get in there and get some fragments to sell to the lazy people who aren't going to go in there and get the fragments so I can make some money. People are mad lazy, Sly. They are so lazy.
So that's how they're going to get their lost actions and their plates and everything. Yeah. It's actually like, I think the Apache economy will definitely tick up a little bit.
Dude, on Behemoth, the cheapest one's like 1,000. Of all the fragments, the cheapest fragment is 1,000. And you can get like 20 of those off some mobs. So I gotta make some fucking money. That's 200,000 gil for deathing one mob. What the so lazy. People are buying these. They make so much money off of that right now. And now the markets are gone. Anyway, now that I've said it, markets are done. Oh, man. Not to mention, you can get coins now. After you beat Castrum, you can get those. If anyone still needs to prep those those haste pieces. I still need 2 more. I know that much. At least I get to prep. At least I get to prog something on Ether. That isn't. It's just why does my primal character have to have more gear? I hate it, Sly. I hate it.
Welcome to primal.
I still level 2 fucking tanks on primal. For solos! For solos, Sly, not even for actual gameplay.
Not even for group stuff. Yeah, just solos. You hear that, chat? Haps is a primal boy now.
Nope. As soon as I can leave, I'm leaving. If my raid group said tomorrow, hey, no, guys, we can't do this anymore, I'd be like, all right, back to Ether I go. Wouldn't hesitate for a fucking second.
Yeah, so go ahead and get those transfers ready to come to primal, everyone. That's basically what he's saying. So yeah, go ahead and get those transfers ready if you want to party up with Haps. You know, come to primal.
Just make another character. Don't transfer your main. Don't do that. Have a character there.
Yeah. Or you can transfer.
Don't do that.
Either way.
Not the solution. Trust me. I've been there long enough. Not the solution. All right. Well, that's Deliberum. Coming up. A few weeks. We did just get this week the start of the final restoration period for Ishgard. And Sly, I'm in the top 100 right now.
How much have you done?
I got 69,000 scripts. Nice. 6,900, sorry. Bought my crab, and I am not touching it for the next 8 days.
Think you'll stick?
I don't care. I don't care. Let me go check the rankings right now. I got the website up. Where am I? Because now I know if I tried, I'd actually probably be top 12. Like really easily.
You put in a modicum of effort in your top 100.
To be fair, all the people who really want to top 100 did it. Like, you know, the first 2 times. No, I'm not. I'm in like, where am I? I'm like 40th or something. Where am I? Am I looking at Ether? I don't know that. Oh, there I am. I'm 66th. Yo, it's my frog mask in the thing.
Away.
If you, yeah, 3 away technically.
I mean, 3 away. Excuse me. I thought you said.
But I have my frog mask on, so it's pulling from my lodestone characters. It's just the open frog mouth like this. Just that's all it shows. Yeah, I'm 66th right now.
Yeah, I think. So you were 40. When did you check when you were 40th?
No, I was like 13th for like a day, and then of course everyone it updates the following day, and then it goes down.
So 8 days left. It's possible.
Oh, I could so easily top 100 if I went back in, but no.
He's not.
I don't care. I'm never going to use this stupid title, and I'm doing it on minor, so I'm not even contributing towards the statue. I'm useless. I make like, and it's like fucking peasant money from these materials when I turn them in. Everyone's like, oh, this is great money. I'm like, this is peasant money. I'll sell it because I have it, but y'all have low standards. This shit is worth nothing. Here's what you do. Craft that, do the Kupo fortune, sell the casual attire. But don't do what I'm doing. This shit's worthless.
Peasant money.
Yeah, this is peasant money. I make more off a hunt train. One hunt train, I walk away with maybe, at most, like, 12 to, like, 15 materia. And then I sell all the tombstone mats. It's great. But everything else is just peasant. It's just peasant money. It's like new desynth money. It's that bad. I'm sorry, new desynth. You've disappointed me too much. Have you done any at all, Sly? Are you getting your saint title?
No.
So yeah, no one can judge. Everyone was like, Sly will be proud of you. I was like, Sly's not doing it either. What are you fucking talking about? It's not like Sly's out there.
I mean, I could do like you did, like do a day on an actual crafter and maybe something might happen.
I think Whoops did like 700 lampposts to get the casual attire. Like he was just doing Kupo fortunes. He was just doing turn-ins to get Kupo fortunes. And I think he was like 3rd place. And that's not an expert craft. That's like a macro craft. And he was like 3rd place.
Yeah.
So you could definitely do it. Do you want to?
Yeah.
Probably not.
I can make a day out of it. Watch some anime, just macro craft. Yeah. Yeah.
Dude,
yeah,
I got my crab and I got my jelly donut emote. I'm good. Why are you giving me that look?
Nice.
Do you have your jelly donut emote?
No.
Why don't you have the jelly donut emote?
Because I saw it and it was like,
You don't like the jelly donuts that we have?
It's nice.
It's a nice jelly donut. You can eat bread or jelly donuts now. Honestly, just buy it. It's cheap as fuck. It's like a few $100.
Yay.
But it's jelly, yeah, it's jelly donuts, man. Come on. How can you not be excited about jelly donuts? I saw that emote and I instantly said I need to buy this. I've never said that about an emote before. But I saw jelly donuts and I was like, I even made a macro so it looks like my frog head is like biting it. So it goes like. Although to be fair with the frog mask, it's more like this. Because for some reason it's just like your actual face is aloft. I was like in your neck with that thing on. So it looks kind of ridiculous. All right. Guys, help him get the jelly donut. All right. Just let him have the jelly donut. And then we need a fashion item that's a drying pan. And we're good. All right. Listen, as many Brock memes as I can get out of this, I will. And if y'all didn't watch Pokemon as a kid and you're not aware of dubbed Brock, you have missed out on a great portion of your childhood.
Go ham.
No, go jelly donuts.
Any other news? Any other news, Haps?
In other news, yeah, actually, we do have some other news. So one thing that you actually contemplated having us do a quick show about, just because it was there and we hadn't done a show just yet, was actually the New Year's message, which we always like to look at and we like to try to discern. This was a really long one, and it makes sense given the hardships of 2020. Yoshi P puts out a lot of things, a lot of thank yous to the community, especially with everything that they've had to take care of and set up and, try to keep everything flowing while also trying to keep everybody safe over the last year. Now that, it's all heartfelt. I recommend you all read it on your own time and take in the emotion because you can tell that they spent quite some time putting this message together. It's much more in-depth and longer than our usual New Year's messages. But the big thing the community always looks for is the mysterious message that we get. I'm not going to lie, Sly, I kind of stopped looking at these because I don't think last year's or the years before had anything important
to draw off of. Yeah, exactly. And this one seems to be much of the same. Again, it's a scribble on its home in the cabinet of curiosity. It was on the first.
Yeah.
For what are warriors of light, but earnest souls of good intent, resolved to do that which is right, regardless of the consequence.
That was last year's. And
that was last year's.
Yeah, that was last year's that you're looking. But I'm saying I guess Fandaniel is our consequence by killing the Unsundered.
Mm-hmm.
So but I don't know. I look at it and I'm like, yeah, I guess. But you could say that's like every patch. Every patch is, oh, you did something else bad happened. It's like I don't look back and go, oh, Fandaniel. I go, no fucking shit. This is literally everything we do. Always, this is the theme of it. So it's like, oh, we save Ralban and they summon Shinryu. It's like it's always what happens.
So this year's our progeny may never know before we look into the sky. Now, why we dig for the truths below, we bear their scorn or watch them die.
Nor why we dig for truths below. And truths below ringing from the end of days, like they said, there was like there's that sound that like bellowed, and then everyone started freaking the fuck out. It's just like the only thing that really stands out to me is the word progeny, because that's some real Chilean talk right there. That's some shit Louis Soir would say. All right, that's some shit that Alpha No and Alice would say when they get old.
Who is this progeny?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, progeny could even just be fucking he's a fucking progeny of the old days, but it's just he wouldn't have any of this shit applied to it. I don't know. It's like I saw apparently you get the moon out of this, and I was like, wait. I'm all for moon theories. I'm not getting, I guess, unto the sky.
Y'all go to moon theory so goddamn easy. And like, y'all get there in like 2 steps. And I'm like, how?
Yeah, look into the sky. The moon is in the sky. There you go.
Not everything is about the moon. Even though right now, everything is about the moon. Right now.
Yeah.
But not everything is about the moon.
All this is saying is bad shit will happen if we don't do what we have to do. That's it. Which is pretty much the same as what it said last year. It's like, oh, we have to do this good shit, but bad shit will probably follow. So it's I don't know. It's another one of those things where like a year from now, I'll probably look back and go, yeah, it was probably about that. But I look at it and I'm like, it's so vague that like breaking it apart is, I can apply it to so many different theories or events, or it feels so not specific. I remember in the early days, this is in general whenever they tease things, it always felt like they were being specific, and I think that's why they don't do it anymore, because they were way too specific way too often, and then if they didn't do the thing they were trying to be specific about, I mean, Yoshi P, this bit him in the butt for the first couple of years a ton, where he'd say this, oh yeah, we can't wait to do this, can't wait to do that, roaming primals, eggy gland, like anytime they make any sort of mention of certain things that are very specific,
and it takes years to come to fruition.
Yeah.
Years.
Yeah. Moon years.
Shut up.
So for this, like, people are digging and they're theorizing. Like I said, look into the sky for the moon. Truths, dig for truths below. That can be just talking about the past, or, things about the Asians we didn't know, things about Azim we didn't know. It's literally could be anything. That it's hard to even theorize about it. In my opinion, at the very least. And Resolute Man, don't we have an NPC called... Isn't there an NPC in the game that's referred to as Resolute Man somewhere? I feel like there is. Maybe I'm just thinking of when Nero... what was Nero's? His was Outlandish, I believe. He was Outlandish Man. I'm sure it's probably... I mean, it could be that they just use it like as some random thing for some people. Because they do that like, Fearful Man and Outlandish Man and Painfully Ishgardian Man. Like, they have tons of, like, adjective man. So,
man.
Yeah, so I don't know if there is a Resolute Man. But you know what? Charlene's a Resolute. That's the only thing I take out of it, is I feel like a Charlene wrote this. There's a Resolute Citizen in 5.0. There you go. So I knew they used the word Resolute, but not it wasn't a Resolute Man. The only thing I feel is that a Charlene wrote this. That's it. Other than that, I don't really know what to draw. But we're going to the moon.
It's hard to draw. It's hard to draw anything from this. Shut up.
What? Why won't you just accept that we're going to the moon?
Because I know we are, but God.
Yeah? Yeah?
We're beating this horse. We're beating this horse that we've beaten for how many years now?
I don't know how many moons has it been.
Well,
we've pondered over this for many a moon. I love when I get Sly drinking at almost 4 in the afternoon for him. Honestly, it's one of my favorite pastimes.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Yeah, we'll go to the moon. The moon won't come to us this time. We'll go to the moon, though.
It's a lunar cry.
Yeah, it sure is. There'll be zombie dragons in the moon. Perfect. Perfect. Other than that, the only other things that have really happened in the past several weeks have been related to the seasonal events. We had,
yes,
we're having Heavenstern now. I don't even know when Heavenstern ends. I haven't done it. I don't care. I don't care about the stupid masks.
Neither. It's the year of the Brahma Bull, though, Haps.
Fantastic. I haven't checked out ocean fishing at all since the patch came out. The new routes, Triple Triad, despite their exorbitant efforts to get me to pay more attention to it, has, believe it or not worked. So, despite the sheer number of slides, I have not done that. Maps, Titan, Ishgard. I have used Explorer mode. Things that we just haven't talked about in recent weeks. Just click power. Yeah. If Sly click the power button on his PC when I say that, that would be a time. That would absolutely be a time.
Heavenstern ends on Monday, actually.
Okay. Cool.
So
won't be doing it
Monday.
So. won't be doing it. But listen, I got my snowman mount from the Starlight Festival. That's it. I'm good. I got the thing that matters.
I got a bunch of housing shit from that, so that's what mattered to me.
Exactly.
I don't know. But is there any housing shit for Heavenstern? Yay or nay? Chat.
Is what happened? Did you ask if there's a housing item?
Yeah, if there are any housing items.
There is.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's not. It's whatever. But might as well get it. I suppose it's that, or you'll pay $2 for it in a year. So.
Yeah, pretty much.
Let me grab what it was. Heavenstern.
Porcelain bull figure. Nah.
Yeah, but then you can put it next to a pile of dung and call it bullshit. Do you have a housing item that's just a pile of dung?
I would imagine not, because that would be the most horrible housing item to have.
What? A manure pile on the outside. Maybe somebody wants to make their house a farm. That's their fucking RP dream. They need manure. They need troughs. They need manure. They need fencing. Better fencing. There you go. Where are those fucking pet farms, by the way? Man, speaking of things they brought up that we never saw, pet farms. Hello? Stuffed Mudman. There you go. That's a pile of shit. A stuffed Mudman. That can go inside too. If it's a figurine like that. I support stuffed Mudman.
You would.
Just don't think he's a chocolate bar. Whatever you do. Don't like Austin Powers to it, where he has the coffee. Don't make that mistake and you'll be A-okay. But yeah, it's just a little tabletop bulls. But yeah, other than that, I mean, it's just about, at this point, it's just about looking forward to everything that's left. That's why we were really banking on airs for this show, but we want this to feel better. The only other things that have happened, even in Square Enix news, are trademarks for 7 and Project Athia apparently slated for January 2022, which were both relatively surprising bits of news for most of us in the Final Fantasy scape. I don't even know how closely you're following any of that, because that shit is that's the like, okay, you really want news way more than they want to give you news kind of news.
It's a bit of a reach. I feel like y'all are reaching way too hard.
You know, it's funny. Every time I want to check for stuff like that, I Google instead of going directly to the site. Nova Chrysalis is a news site that covers a lot of this stuff. If you just Google Nova Chrysalis, the first thing that comes up is their Smooth Rock article, which is about that giant Smooth Rock in Raktica. So I love that when I search.
Rip Smooth Rock.
Yeah, it's literally
Goodbye,
just
Smooth Rock.
My first Google result is Smooth Rock. Oh,
Goodbye,
I
Smooth
love it.
Rock.
Yeah, and then weapon
You will be
racks ended up
missed.
being fucking tabletop items with those things that we got in 5.4. Give me weapon racks, please. I want them. All right. Well, with that, we're not going to draw out the show any longer than we feel like we need to. There's not really not much in the way of translations or other news. We are really, really on the wait for the 6.0 stuff and the live letter and all that. We're going to have to do 2 different shows, Sly. I don't think we can do one show on both of those. There's no way. We're going to have to literally do like, what's it called? We're going to have to do the live viewing stream.
Live reaction.
Yeah, we're going to have to do the recap and discussion with like FS or something. We're going to have to do the live letter. And then somewhere in there needs to be a show on Delubrum. And then we need a Blue Mage show probably. So that's a lot of shows we got to do. So we're gonna have to do a lot. We got a lot of shows there. So yeah, guys, just letting you know, February, March, there's gonna be a lot of shows. By then, there's no fucking live letter probably. By the end of March, there should be another live letter. If everything's on pace, at the very least, that's when we should expect it. So, but with that, I think we've done a pretty good welcome to 2021 recap on some stuff and a bit of predictions and hopes. Best wishes for the dev team and their safety, of course, and everything else. And with that, Sly, I don't think we need to drag this out any longer.
I don't think so either. We did a good job for a short show. Short, last minute show. Yeah,
47 minutes. Yeah. 2020 New Game Plus. Off to a good start. There we go.
Great start.
Great start. All right. Well, with that, we're going to sign off and go take care of our whatever we're taking care of today. I'd assume you're just going to stream in the afternoon today, Sly. I'd assume that's the plan.
Afternoon, evening. Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah. What you got planned today?
Robots. And Allure.
Yeah.
Yes. More Gundam.
Excellent. I will go back to Bosnia, and then I've got Raid this evening. So, Ether Raid. Ether.
But your primal character's better.
Shut up.
But that primal character's better.
Up. Not for long.
Come to primal.
Come
to primal, everyone.
For long.
Okay. All right.
On that note, thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you again to our sponsors, Steel Series, as well as, of course, our patrons whose names have been scrolling in the top corner of the video. All those names scrolling have been supporting the show over on Patreon, so thank you to them. Special shout outs to our patrons of darkness, Khuja Cross on Jenova and Kurenai Oni. Thank you to them for going above and beyond. Appreciate all y'all. And on that note, we can sign off. Sly already asked what you're doing later today, but why don't you tell everyone where they can find you at and what you're doing in general?
You can find me at twitch.tv/Sly, aka Gray Fox. You can find me on Twitter at Sly the Fox. I've been playing a lot of Gundam Genesis, which is all of UC. And it's been really fun. If you're into Gundam, if you ever watched a Gundam, you can come by and check that out. Today, I think I'll be doing 8th MS Team, which is, again, 8th MS Team is like one of the greats. So if you're into that, that's fine. Allure tonight, starting my hobby of Gunpla off stream. Of course, that's my Zen hobby now. So yeah, I'll probably use that as a Sunday thing. Yeah, good times. Robots. Habs, what are you doing? Where can they find you if they're living under a rock?
You can find me, Mr. Happy1227, on all the places. Just Google it. Fuck it. Who cares? Or Bing, I guess, if you're a weirdo. You can do that too. I'm doing Final Phase. I'm leveling alts. I'm leveling more jobs on my primal alt. I'm doing Genshin, of course. I've got a few things coming up. The Dragon Quest mobile game, the tactics-style Dragon Quest mobile game, is out on the 27th. The City Opera Omnia has its anniversary on the 30th. And WandaVision comes out today. Well, today recording, it'll be tomorrow for those of you on YouTube. But that means it'll be yesterday, technically, actually. So that's what we have to do. I use Yahoo search. No, you don't. Anyway.
Why?
That's not true, is what it is. Okay. So yeah, got those plans until February. February has Bravely Default 2. Obviously, we have expansion stuff. We have Delibrum. We have Blue Mage. So February will be a little bit busier, but fortunately, plenty of time to get some basic things done. I also cooked 2.5 pounds of meat, so I'm looking forward to that after stream today.
Hey,
I went to the butcher and I literally was like, oh, I need to buy some meat, and all they had was like giant cuts, and I was like, how much does that weigh? And he slaps it on 2.42 pounds. I was like, just give me the whole thing. I'll cook the whole thing, and that'll be lunch for like a week. All right.
Nice.
So I got that to look forward to. But anyway, we're going to do a very short post show. I'm going to go back to leveling a little bit after the post show. Sly's got a lore lounge tonight in Final Fantasy XIV. He's got his Robots. So you got entertainment to come after this. So thank you everyone for coming by for the short show. We'll see you on Tuesday for the live show for Air Zivia. Make sure to go wish Ethis well. And we will see you all then. So thanks. And until then, bye-bye.
See you next week.